Hello, everybody. Okay, so in this video, we're just going to quickly look at integers. So, what an integer? An integer is a positive or negative whole number. So, the set of integers is denoted by the letter Z. Don't ask me why. Running theory is it comes from like the German word Zahlen, which means to count. That's my best guess. Anyway. So we can write this in set notation. Dot 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 minus 3 minus 0, 1, 2, 3, dot dot dot. Remember, these dot dot dots means it goes down, keeps going to the left and it keeps going to the right. So we're including minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, etc. etc. So the set of natural numbers is a subset of numbers. So what does that mean to be a subset? So we're saying natural subset. Well, that makes sense because the natural numbers are my whole positive numbers. Integers are my whole positive or negative whole numbers. So what the subset means is all of my elements in one set is contained in another set, and that makes sense. I was a big Venn diagram here, like every integer. So we have 2, 5, 0, 5. This is my Venn diagram for my integers. I can draw a circle around, or another Venn diagram around my natural numbers, and my natural numbers are contained within inside my integers. That's why we say. Anyway, so if we look at the number line, we can represent integers on the number line extending in both directions. So we start with middle, right? And when we're going to the right, we're increasing by 1. And when we're going to the left, we're decreasing by. So as we move left, my numbers are getting smaller and smaller, and as we right, my numbers are getting bigger and bigger. So how do we add and subtract numbers? So if the signs are the same, you add the two numbers and keep the sign. If the signs are different, subtract the numbers and you keep the sign of like the bigger number per se. So for example here, 3 minus 5, they have a different they have a difference. So we subtract 5, and then the bigger sign is, well, belongs to the 5. 5 minus 3. Let's have a look at this one. Minus 6 minus 7. Minus 6. Minus 6 minus 7. So what do we do here? They have the same. Add the 2. 7. And then sign. Right? So if they're the same sign, fit and add the 2 together. So minus 6 plus. Right? So it's kind of easier to maybe split them off into this. Minus 12 plus the 13 minus 12, and I keep the answer. Here, multiplying and so if we're multiplying and dividing integers, if the signs are the same, my answer would be positive. If my signs are different, my answer will be negative. So what we need to remember is minus by a minus is a plus. So let's have a look here. 2 times negative 3. Minus by minus is a plus. So both of them aren't minuses, they're different signs. So my negative sign, 2 times the answer is negative. What about minus 3 times minus 5? Minus by minus is plus. That becomes a positive 3, 5, positive 50. 8 divided by negative 4, right? That's a positive divided by negative. So I put in the minus sign. 8 divided by 4, 2. And what about here? 2 times minus 4, that's going to be negative. And I'm multiplying that by negative 6. Minus by minus is a plus. So minus 8 times minus 6, that becomes a plus 40. So in many questions, you'll see brackets used with integers. This can help us make sure our signs are catered appropriately. This becomes particularly relevant in more complex sums when we're looking at powers. So brackets can also be used to represent multiplication. Like so, bracket 2, bracket 3 is the same as 2 times 3. And a negative sign outside a bracket changes the sign inside the bracket. So negative minus 2, that's the same as minus 1 times minus 2. Minus by minus a. We'll get into more on that when we get. Fine. And finally, let's look at some order of questions. Right? So we could be asked the order of operation questions, and I can have some. Let's try order of operations. The brackets. See what's in brackets first. So I heard my all over 7, negative 9, 5. They're different signs. So take the sign of the big one. And minus 9 plus 5 is. So, third math. So, in the same roots. So, 4 squared is 6 divided by 9 all over. 7. So, it's going to be minus 24 divided by minus 4, minus by minus. That'll be plus 6 over 7. Minus a negative 4, minus by minus is a plus. Finally, addition and subtraction. 16 plus 6, 2. 7 plus 7, 22. Right, I hope I'm helped you guys. Later. Bye.